Hi, Candace. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Downie. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So what are some warm weather skin problems that parents need to watch out for with their children?
Well, there's a lot of different things. There's sunburns, there's insect bite, there's tick bites, and there's just overall the general irritation that your kids can get from, is it heat rash? Is it a little bit of eczema during the summertime? So to that end, I've actually teamed up with Dial Kids. They have a brand new body and hair wash that's a 2-in-1 product, Candace. And what I mean by that is it's developed with pediatric dermatologists specifically for the special needs of kids' skin, ages 2+ and 6+. It's actually tear-free, hypoallergenic. It's got no artificial dyes and no parabens, so it's a great product for kids' sensitive skin because it's very, very gentle and non-irritating.
And speaking of their skin, what kinds of products should parents use on kids with sensitive skin?
Well, I do like hypoallergenic. I like something with no parabens, and quite frankly, something that is tear-free is also great, especially if it's going to be a shampoo. Like I said, this is a body and hair wash. And then in terms of other summer issues, sunburn is huge and high up on the list. What I recommend for that is a sunblock with an SPF of 30 in it every single day, rain or shine, January through December. And that's regardless of ethnicity. And people do need to actually put the sunblock on themselves, put it on their children, and then reapply it to ourselves and reapply it to our children, because I do believe that children look at their parents for modeling good behavior, and we need to model good behavior when it comes to sunscreen.
And are there any products that you recommend for all year-round protection from poisonous plants and insect bites?
Well, in terms of insect bites, that's tricky because a lot of mosquitoes will get us regardless of whether or not we want them to. Mosquitoes, unfortunately, love me. So what I say with that is I like the citronella-based products for 0 through 8. And if children are over 10, you can safely use the DEET on them the majority of the time. And that would be like something like the Deep Woods Off. But the bottom line is that if you're putting a bug spray on during the day, it can decrease the effectiveness of the sunblock by about 50%. So you really want to put the bug spray on when the sun is setting. And then in terms of protecting children from poisonous plants, that's really about, if you're hiking, you should tuck the pants legs into the socks and pull the socks up over so there's no space there. A lot of people get poison ivy, oak, and sumac on their lower legs. However, if you're very unfortunate, like one of my patients was, he actually got the olea resin, that is the sticky substance from the poison ivy leaves, on his hands as he was taking his socks off, and managed to get that all over his body, including on his face, a couple of days before his brother's wedding. So that wasn't optimal.
Well, ticks are they're all around and about out here, and I've actually already gotten bitten, so it's pretty dangerous out in Northern California right now. How often should you be applying insect spray?
Well, you should be applying it and then reapplying it if you're out and about, especially at dusk. But ticks are very hard in terms of the fact that they just like to attach to people if you're out and about. So what I recommend is when you're back inside, I have a 10-year-old daughter, and she just kind of assumes the position and spreads her arms open wide so I can just kind of check her from head to toe. So tick checks are very important, especially in tick-ridden areas like you're saying you are in Northern California. We certainly have a huge problem with that here on the East Coast as well.
Well, thank you for the great tips. Do you have any additional information you'd like to share with us?
Absolutely. For more information, your listeners and viewers can go to dialsoap.com. And thank you so much for your time, Candace.
Well, thank you for your time, Dr. Downie. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful afternoon.
You do the same.